Hello and welcome to CultureShark, a live stream about all things pop culture. I'm Final Monkey,
And I'm Caleb.
and today we have our
85.
We need to work on that.
85. Yeah, we got to figure this out. We're not used to the third person. We'll figure it out. But today we're doing something that I still need to figure out a better name for. I call it Lifeboat, but I was trying to think of No Vacancy or some other fun title for it. I haven't figured it out yet. But the basic premise is this. Let's say the world is ending and we're restarting civilization, and we've got
Let-
robots that are going to restart civilization.
Well, let's say Doctor Doom is restarting Secret Wars, and we have this lifeboat.
Let's say Cobra Commander has
Yeah,
poisoned the
it's G.I.
planet.
Joe.
Yeah, Cobra Commander has poisoned the planet, and we are everybody's moving to Mars, but we left all our pop culture behind. So we have these
Shockwaves.
yeah. So we have all these robots are gonna this AI that's going to recreate our pop culture, but they have limited memory. They can only hold 50 characters. So this is the GI Joe AI bot. Which 50 characters are we going to program it with?
Welcome to Watch Mojo's top 50 GI Joe characters.
Yes. Before the stream started, I asked AI. I said, "How many GI Joe characters are there?" And it was not sure. It said over 500 in the Real American Hero continuity alone. So there's a lot.
And we're cutting it down to 50. And
Yeah.
I the funny thing here is I have the most power, and I can name about 5.
Yeah. Rexship and I are pretty big fans of GI Joe. Caleb, not so much. He's seen some stuff, but so we're gonna whittle down this massive group of people down to 50. So what we did, so this will not be a 6-hour show, is I went ahead and made my list of 50. Rexship 85 made his list of 50, and then we let Caleb have one vote.
Yes.
And so we're going to show the ones that have already been approved, and then the ones we're debating. So let me reveal the characters that are officially safe. So I think it's like 37 characters. So here's the characters that we deemed safe, and we're just going to kind of briefly talk about each of them and why we think that they should be safe. I think Duke is pretty obvious. He's kind of the face of G.I. Joe.
I know this one.
Yes, see, even Caleb knows this character, therefore he's safe. He was not supposed to be the main character of G.I. Joe. It was supposed to be Hawk, but they
Is that
eventually-
the Dennis Quaid character?
Yes.
Aha.
So the early Marvel comics, it's Hawk as the main character, and then slowly they try to make Duke the main character until it turns into the Snake Eyes show.
Is it kind of like how Pike was the main character of Star Trek for one episode?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
You got G.I. Joe and Star Trek out of me in one episode.
It's
a
amazing.
miracle.
This is incredible. So when G.I. Joe started, there was 13 initial G.I. Joe characters. So some of them made the list, some of them didn't. So next is Scarlet. She's sometimes the love interest of Duke, sometimes the love interest of Snake Eyes, depending on if you're watching a cartoon or reading a comic book.
Sometimes she's the love interest of Ripcord. If you're watching a movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And sometimes she may or may not be the love interest of Jinx, depending on what they're implying in the comics.
Nice.
So next we have Stalker. To me, Stalker is one of the main 4 G.I. Joes, even if his name is a little problematic. I think he is one of the main characters.
Let's talk about this. Because some of them we're going to go through and just explain to me why they are already in.
Mm-hmm.
This is a character that you guys are saying like this is like the main 4. I hadn't heard of him until last week. Is there a reason for that?
Well, I think the name is problematic in the modern age. So I think he was replaced with who was the Wayans character, Ripcord?
Ripcord, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been. It should use. Yeah, so basically they replaced Stalker with this character, but the OG character was Stalker, and
Okay.
Stalker. There's a lot of Vietnam backstory. He was on the Vietnam team and stuff, so he's a popular character, and I think he's a tracker. That's why he's called Stalker.
Yeah, that was actually my next question because so in my experience, GI Joe kind of lives or dies by your one gimmick. If your gimmick isn't cool, then you're not a cool character. I was going to ask what his gimmick was because Duke is, pretty boy, main character leader. Scarlet is hot redhead, and
a crossbow. It's a crossbow.
And then next guy, Snake Eyes, he is cool ninja. So Stalker's the tracker of the group.
Wait.
Yeah, Snake Eyes is also a commando. He doesn't just use swords. He's machine guns and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the disfigured face. He doesn't talk. He's got the mysterious past. He's a really cool character. And oddly enough, he did not appear that often on the original cartoon. So next we have General Hawk, who is I almost call him the Randy Quaid character, the Dennis Quaid character from the movie.
This is the Jack Quaid character from The Boys.
Yeah, he's he was the OG leader of GI Joe at the beginning.
I kind of tell me if this is right. If Duke is Captain America, Hawk is Fury, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that kind of works. But there's also like generals up above Hawk. Like I think General Flag is above him, and there's other characters.
Rick Flag.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Rick Flag from Suicide Squad. Next we have Doc. There are several Doctor characters. Lifeline being the other main one. But Lifeline is he's a wuss. he's a pacifist GI Joe. So we both went with the cool the cool character Doc, the medic.
Hold on. So you guys saying that all I'm hearing is you guys are saying Hacksaw Ridge is a bad movie. Is that what I'm hearing?
I've never seen it, but sure.
No, Hacksaw Ridge isn't a bad movie, but the difference is Desmond Dawes is way cooler a person in real life than Lifeline ever could be as a character in fiction.
Okay.
Yeah, Lifeline's real whiny, and he's not a fun character.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: we just got my uncle on record saying that Hacksaw Ridge is a bad movie without ever having seen it. So that might actually be something to see. So that way he knows the gravity of what he just said.
I've never seen it. I don't know. All right. Next, Gung Ho. He is a Cajun Marine. He's a fun character from the cartoons.
I think I saw him in the Village People.
You can very much make a Village People lineup of GI Joe characters. Absolutely.
He kind of looks like Suhao from Mortal Kombat, actually.
Yeah, so Gung Ho's a lot of fun. So we both had him on our list.
Okay, so his gimmick, besides the mustache,
he makes gumbo.
His gimmick is Cajun.
He's Cajun.
He's okay. That reminds me of that. So one of my so I'm a big Power Rangers fan. Power Rangers is kind of like my GI Joe, I guess. There's an episode of RPM where the bad guy's talking like just trash talking the Blue Ranger. And she's like, the green one's the funny one, the black one's the bad boy, red is the leader, and yellow, well, she's a girl. So what are you? And he says, I'm Scottish.
That's about,
there you go. Yeah, that's character.
There's even an episode of the cartoon where Cobra tries to kidnap Gung Ho's family at one point, and his family has fun with Cobra.
Next, there's a lot of Snow characters. We both went with Snow Job. He's just ignoring the there's a lot of innuendo GI Joe names, so we'll kind of ignore that. But
I won't.
Snow Job is he's a fun character. The other ones are kind of boring. I think he's the most fun. So
Yes,
And
he's technically the triathlete, didn't he? Nothing triathlete.
yeah, you would. Yeah, I'm sure I've read all the file cards, but it's been decades, so I don't remember all their traits. We can pull up file
Yeah.
cards on any of these if you want. So
this is going to be a lot of me learning about GI Joe today. So for this, you know how you have like Batman toys come out, and then you have like 1,000 different Batman toys, and you never have like the regular Batman. It's always Ice Commando Batman, or anti flames Batman. Is that kind of what GI Joe is, but every different Batman is a different person?
kind of, yeah. They have specialists for each job or whatever, but also some of the characters will get multiple, like they'll rebrand them, like Flint became like a drug enforcement agent, or no, I guess he was the eco character.
Eco Warriors.
He was an eco warrior.
Yeah, they'll get like different sub teams.
Yeah, it's like Mutt and Junkyard were on the drug team, I think, and
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So they would do that to resell old characters and not have to make new ones. They'd say, okay, well now this character's doing this,
And I assume you get Arctic Duke. It's just a simple repaint.
Or they would have what was it, Tiger Force or
Tiger Force. It's just like a jungle thing.
Everybody just had like tiger colors, and they released them.
We'll get to I think at some point. But...
Yeah. All right. So Wild Bill, he's our helicopter pilot. He's kind of a wild country boy. He's a great character. We love Wild Bill. He's always Yahoo, that type of character.
Howdy partner.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. A cowboy pilot. I mean, I've seen that in Power Rangers. I have no questions about this character.
Yeah. I mean, that's even like back to like Dr. Strangelove when Slim Pickens is one of the pilots in that. I mean, it's this is an old trope, So
the Sky Cowboy is not unique.
Yeah. Next, Alpine and Bazooka, they kind of go together. They're best buds, and Alpine is he's a specialist at climbing mountains, and Bazooka is specialist at firing bazookas. Bazooka's not super smart.
You said that Alpine and Bazooka are best friends, right?
The cartoons, they were, yeah. They were always paired together.
Oh my!
Alpine always called Bazooka a big dummy all the time, basically.
All right, so I had to get a closer look at Alpine. So what you're saying is this is Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce, because this guy kind of looks like Pat Mahomes.
I guess I
don't know with that, but
yeah.
Okay, so they're both beloved characters. That's why they're here.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Caleb's character, Deep Six.
Yeah.
He's a scuba diving character, but he has it's almost like an old diving suit, but it's like advanced technology.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If I had not used my free pass, would either of you have chosen him?
Absolutely not.
Nope.
That's what I want. So here's the thing. I had to make a decision because I had two people in mind for my free pass. One of them was Deep Six because he's my dad's favorite GI Joe and he's got a funny name. Or Falcon, just to piss off the GI Joe fans.
I actually don't mind Falcon. Falcon's fine. So I know he's a dramatic character. He's kind of like the troublemaker, the wash-up character that's trying to prove himself.
Yeah.
I think that's fine if you like drama in your stories. He's not always supposed to be likable. So I would have no problem with Falcon. But yeah, Deep Six. He's an interesting toy. He's an interesting design. He just isn't one of my favorites. So
Buzz Lightyear though.
Yeah, kind of like a Buzz Lightyear.
Have you? So have you guys seen those? The parodies of the PSAs on YouTube.
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, mine says my message has pork chop sandwiches right now.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yes.
So I'll let you know that some of my picks will be relied bit purely on that.
Understood.
But
Speaking
no,
of PSAs,
my favorite is whenever they're with the deep sick, it's like, "Are you Buzz Lightyear?" And he's like,
Oh, those are. Yeah, I was watching those the other night with my kids. Fun times.
I like the one where they stuff the kid inside the fridge.
Where Doc is singing the Jamaican song. Yeah. Good times. Next we have Roadblock. He rhymes. He cooks. He grills all the time. He's a, I was about to say he's the heavy duty character, but that's the when they lost the rights to Roadblock, they created the character Heavy Duty, which is a very similar character. But
and this is Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
No, it's not. Shut up.
Roadblock is a great character. There's a episode about the Red Rocket Inn where all the hamburger places have red rockets on the top, and it's all. Does he own one, or his family does, or something?
I think his aunt and uncle own one on the coast or something.
Yeah,
go visit them or something.
He's also in G.I. Joe the animated movie. He's the one that gets blinded and has to carry Cobra Commander, who's turning into a snake. And they have kind of like a buddy road movie, where they're on a road trip.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, good times. So Cobra Commander is slowly turning into a snake, and he has to be the eyes, and he's complaining the whole time. It's a fun animated movie. Anyhow, next is Dusty. Dusty made our safe list. He's a desert soldier, very popular character on the cartoon show.
Story arc.
He has a big story arc where he supposedly joins Cobra, and there's a whole story arc there. So cool character. We like Dusty a lot. Next, Flint and Lady J, they go together. They are a couple. Flint is one of my favorite characters of all time.
Is he the hot rod?
No.
I would say Falcon is more
of more the hot rod.
Hot rod. He was going to be the new leader once Duke died, and they chickened out and didn't kill Duke.
Probably more.
It's more like your Springer,
Ironhide, maybe.
Yeah, like your Springer. He's your kind of like your second, and like behind Duke, he'd be the next in command, I would think.
Yeah.
And then Lady J is just a great character. Her main weapon is a spear that she would throw, and she was in a ton of episodes. And I have this discussion a lot with my friends. A lot of people had a crush on her. There's one episode where she gets they all get turned into kids, and then they get turned back. She has like no clothes, or she only has a slip on or something. She's like, "Where's my clothes?"
Just in her undies, yeah, basically.
Yeah, so that affected a lot of children in the 80s. So
yeah, it's very heavily implied she is basically almost no clothes on at the end of the episode.
And she was also played by Adrienne Palicki in Retaliation, and she wore this red dress.
Yes. So Lady J, very popular character for
very, very popular.
Very popular character. Next is Quick Kick. He's kind of like our Johnny Cage. He was a martial arts actor who became a G.I. Joe. He becomes a G.I. Joe, and he kind of becomes the Snake Eyes role almost on the cartoon, where him and Spirit are always fighting Storm Shadow.
Yeah.
He's just a fun. I think is he Hawaiian? I'm trying to remember what he.
No, he's half Japanese, half Korean.
There you go. So he
quotes movie lines all the time.
Yeah, he's always quoting movies and stuff. He's a fun character.
So his design completely inspired Overkill from G.I. Jeff, right?
I'm trying to remember G.I. Jeff, but yeah, that was the beauty episode.
That was Chang's character.
Oh, then
No.
probably I would think so.
You're going to be getting a lot of GI Jeff, Cheat Commandos, and the PSA parodies from me today.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Next is one of the most popular characters, Shipwreck, and his parrot Polly.
Mhm.
He kind of has like a Jack Nicholson voice. It's like a bad Jack Nicholson impression.
So he's hey, so he's talking like this, like
It's a higher pitch Jack Nicholson voice.
Yeah.
For
Hey, it's
the guy.
hey. Yeah.
He's kind of like this.
Yeah.
oh god. And
Very-
so this is on our safe list.
He's hilarious. He gets all the best one-liners. The birds always making fun of him. They're great. Shipwreck and Polly are beloved characters. Everybody loves them. So
Wait, the bird. So it's a parrot, so it talks. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the bird gets all the funny lines, and yeah.
Mhm.
Beachhead, he's just a cool, tough character. I think he like trains a lot of the GI Joes, if I recall.
Yeah, he's the new recruit guy, basically.
Yeah, it's like your boot camp guy.
He doesn't wear deodorant.
Yeah, he's real tough. So
that's not. Hold on. Let's establish this. Not wearing deodorant is not the scale of toughness. Okay.
Well, it's literally on his file card, so it mentions that in detail specifically.
No, it's like those people who's like, you don't really need to wear deodorant. Yeah, but you do. Like PSA, please wear deodorant. This is not a Smash Brothers tournament.
next we have Leatherneck and Wetsuit. So you have a Marine, and a Naval SEAL. They're like those characters that are always picking at each other. But if anybody messes with their bud, they're gonna whoop them. Kind of like Zoro and Sanji in One Piece, or that type of rivalry friendship characters.
Like Bucky and Falcon.
I have a question. This just occurred to me. Do you like One Piece because it's the Japanese G.I. Joe?
No, that is. I would not compare One Piece to G.I. Joe, other than the comparison I just made. No, they are not.
Everyone's got a gimmick.
Yeah. So, well, anyhow.
He's thinking about it and it's making sense.
It makes 0 sense. So, next is Jinx. She was introduced in the animated movie. She's our female ninja. She's a pretty popular character. And yeah,
Fun fact, played by Elodie Young in G.I. Joe Retaliation, who would go on to play Elektra in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Cool. I do like that portrayal of Elektra. I know a lot of other people don't, but
I mean, the reason I like it is because it's accurate. If you don't like that, then you don't like it. I mean, sure, you don't like Elektra. That's cool, but just you don't like Elektra.
She's way more accurate than Jennifer Garner. So
I still like the Jennifer Garner one, but that's just because that's what I grew up with, and I enjoyed her stuff in Deadpool.
So let's look at our Cobra lineup real quick. We of course have Cobra Commander. I love Cobra Commander. He's probably my favorite character. There's been a lot of different portrayals of him, from evil used car salesman who became a dictator to he was kicked out of Cobra Law for his experiments to try to conquer the world. I just love this guy.
So I do have a question about Cobra Commander. You always mainly you see two kinds of Cobra Commander. So you've got this one that you have on screen where he's just kind of got this little drape over his head. And then the cartoon, he's got something else going on where he doesn't have a face.
Sometimes he has the battle helmet, and sometimes he has the hood. It just depends. He switches between them in the cartoon all the time.
So what's going on?
He also had his battle armor.
And in the comic books, the one with the battle armor was actually a different guy. They had thought they had killed the original Cobra Commander, and one of the Crimson Guards was posing as Cobra Commander. That's Fred 7, who I thought about putting on the list, but have gotten a little too complicated.
So what's going on with that battle helmet? Like, it doesn't look like there's any eye holes or anything. Like, what's going on there?
It's just a face shield. Like,
Yeah, it's just to conceal his identity. There's been several times they've tried to remove the helmet and they get electrocuted by it. It's booby trapped and stuff.
Okay.
So usually when he's like doing a speech, he's wearing the hood. If he's in battle, he's wearing the battle armor.
And so the whole point is people don't know who he is?
Correct. Until the movie where we find out he's like a snake guy, which, the animated movie's weird. The comic books, he's just a car salesman who just started a revolution.
I respect that.
Yeah, I think the one in the comic books was great. So next, okay, go ahead. What else?
I was gonna say kind of got a like a Joker thing going on. Like, let's not give him like a complicated backstory, just a comedian who snapped.
Yeah, every time they add to it, it kind of weakens it. Like they're like, oh, he was in a car wreck that killed Snake Eyes' family and blah blah blah. It starts getting too complicated. Just keep it simple.
mm-hmm.
So, but we'll talk about that car wreck here in a minute when we talk about Billy. So Destro is the arms dealer of Cobra. He supplies all their arms, munitions, all that type of stuff. He is Scottish. He comes from a long line of arms dealers, and they all wore armored masks throughout the years. It's a family tradition.
Well, and so they do that to honor the first McCullen who got caught selling to both sides during the War of the Roses or something.
Yeah.
And so
wait, you're telling me that the movie was correct about that?
Yes, that is the correct origin. That first McCullen got caught selling to both sides, and so I think whoever was on the English side captured him and melted the mask to his face, and so now all the McCullens since then wear that mask to honor their ancestor. Sometimes it's his actual face, sometimes it's just a mask.
And he would also be one day be regenerated as the Doctor and go on space adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Then he would die a stupid death in the second movie. Just throw you out of the band.
Next, we have Storm Shadow, who's one of the most popular characters. That's just a kick-ass name, Storm Shadow.
I would argue that Storm Shadow's probably, like, from a casual perspective, Storm Shadow's probably the coolest character.
He, if you know the backstory to him and Snake Eyes, someone killed one of their masters, and Storm Shadow was blamed. So he joins Cobra because he is undercover. He's trying to find the real killer of his master, and he eventually finds out and switches sides and joins G.I. Joe, but then he's later recaptured by Cobra and brainwashed to be Cobra again. So he swaps sides quite often.
So I only know the movie, so I know who it is in the movie. Who is it that ends up killing the, like in regular G.I. Joe canon, who kills the master?
I believe it's Zartan, but I think Firefly is also involved, though. I think Firefly put him up to it.
Okay, well, it's Zartan in the movie too, so that tracks.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, there are accurate lore things in the movies.
Yeah. I think, unironically, because those movies are kind of corny, I think Zartan in general in those movies is actually really good. Like, he's really scary, so.
Yeah, Zartan's a great.
He was actually a decent portrayal in that.
Here's the thing about Cobra. If you removed like Cobra Commander and probably like Baroness, they would be a very elite terrorist group. Cobra Commander and Baroness usually screw it up for everybody.
Yeah.
But the rest are pretty good at what they do. Maybe the Dreadnoks are a little goofy, but Zartan himself is very competent. So, Major Blood. What is Major Blood's deal?
He has an eye patch.
He's technically a mercenary for hire.
Okay, so he's Arcano.
Yeah, he's also a fledgling poet. But not a good one though.
Which,
Yeah.
which to bring that up, you will notice a lot of similarities between GI Joe and Mortal Kombat, especially as far as merchandising goes. Like, it didn't start off that way, but once the '90s came around and everybody had to have something, the Mortal Kombat toys were basically GI Joe reskins. The Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm cartoon was basically just a GI Joe ripoff. So you're going to see a lot of similarities between GI Joe and Mortal Kombat.
Yep. Baroness, she is Destro's lover and a countess. She's also a very popular character. Firefly, I'm going to try to go through these a little quicker because we still got a lot of characters to talk about. Firefly is our arsonist character. He's very popular.
Do you think that, like, you could just take Firefly and, like, make him a multiverse character? Like, this is Garfield Lynn from Gotham City. Like, it's just the same character.
Not exactly. Maybe they're similar, but he's not like, I don't think he's like a pyromaniac. Like,
He's kind of like a saboteur than a arson.
yeah. Dr. Mindbender is our mad scientist.
Mhm.
He created Serpentor, who was made up of the DNA of several world conquerors from the past. Your Genghis Khans, those types of characters.
It's not hard to find Genghis Khan's DNA. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. But like Julius Caesar and Alexander the Great, Napoleon, all that stuff. Yeah, Serpentor's a great replacement for Cobra Commander. He's more competent, and it's fun having the rivalry between Cobra Commander and Serpentor.
Serpentor kind of sounds like a Power Rangers villain.
He does.
Just the name.
Next up is probably.
Sorry.
What'd you say?
I was going to say, Caleb needs to watch some second season episodes of G.I. Joe for Serpentor.
Yeah. Next is probably our most controversial picks on here, but we both have them on our list. Slice and Dice, the Cobra Ninjas. They were introduced very late in the show, but I think they're just fun, and it's nice to have more interesting ninjas. There's a lot of lame ninjas they introduced, but these are pretty cool. Lastly, we have the Dreadnoks, which is like a biker gang. Zartan is their leader. He has a brother. What's his brother's name? Zoran? Is that right?
Zorana, yeah.
And then Zorana is the sister. The brother never does anything, so we both left him off our list. He is not interesting at all. You could get rid of him, and there's no loss there. Yeah, Zorana is the more interesting of the trio of siblings.
Are these the guys? Are these the guys that make up the band?
Yeah, Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch are, and Zartan. Is Monkey Wrench in the band? I can't remember.
No, just before.
Okay. So Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch. Buzzer has a chainsaw. Torch has a flamethrower. I don't remember what Ripper has.
Ripper.
Yeah.
He usually just has the rifle with the bayonet on it, but then he also has like a Jaws of Life kind of thing, I think too.
A Ripper, yeah, that's the word.
These are kind of your Bebop and Rocksteady of the group. They're buffoons, but they're kind of beloved, and they're also quite deadly.
Yeah, they are competent when they need to be.
Yeah, so they taught me how to properly burn down a house as a child. So you don't start at the top; you start at the bottom.
And the rest comes tumbling down.
Yeah, you start the fire at the bottom, not the top. Yeah, so those are the ones that we thought were safe. So now we're going to quickly go over the list of the ones who didn't make the initial cut and see. We're just going to quickly mention what they do, and then we'll start debating them. Next, we have Breaker. Breaker is one of the OG G.I. Joes, one of the original 13. He was a communications expert, breaking codes, that sort of thing.
Please let me know who picked what.
I picked Breaker.
All right.
He had some pretty cool stories in the comics and some other moments. So I always liked him. So that's why I picked him. Though the original G.I. Joe comics, the first 12 issues, not a lot of characters really stand out. They're all kind of bland, but he was one of the ones that kind of stood out. So I think that's why I liked him. Next is Clutch. This is one of Wreckship 85's picks. Why'd you pick Clutch?
I picked Clutch primarily just because he's one of the drivers of one of the more iconic G.I. Joe vehicles, the Vamp, which is essentially, it's not the Humvee per se, but it's like a more armored up Jeep with a double 50 cal on the back of it. So
That's why he's called Clutch. I get it. That's fun.
he's like a grease monkey too.
Yeah, he's like a mechanic character. Yeah. I picked Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll is one of the original 13. He's like a surfer dude who always has gigantic machine guns, and he's just a fun character. I like Rock and Roll quite a bit. I picked Mutt Junkyard. Mutt Junkyard is the guy with the dog.
I think he's the canine handler, I guess.
Yeah. I've always liked Mutt Junkyard, and he's a computer in the PSAs. Stop all the downloading.
Stop all the downloading.
I also picked Spirit. Spirit has a pet eagle named Freedom. And to me, he's just an iconic G.I. Joe character. He's a Native American on the American Special Forces team. And he's another member of our village people. And I like Spirit quite a bit. He had a lot of cool fights with Storm Shadow, the cartoon. And I didn't really put these in like Wreckship 85 had more Cobra picks than Joe picks. So that's why it's like, all these Joe picks are mine, So I had Barbecue also. Barbecue is one of your firefighter characters. I just think his design is cool. He's got cool armor. I just think he looks like a cool character. So he's kind of iconic. So Chuckles was also my character. I like Chuckles quite a bit. He, as I've mentioned before, he has an amazing storyline of comic books where he goes undercover in Cobra and does horrible things to keep his cover, and really great comic book series. Next is a Wreckship 85 pick, Tunnel Rat. Tunnel Rat was introduced in the animated movie. Anything you want to say about him, Wreckship 85?
Yeah, just for Caleb's sake, Tunnel Rat is kind of like the EOD, explosive ordnance diffuser kind of guy. To a point, he'll go in the tunnels and stuff, on like the sewers and whatnot. Tunnel Rat is a term from the Vietnam War, I believe, for those people that would go into the tunnels.
Okay.
Kind of like what Forrest Gump was doing, where he would like stick his head in the holes and see if there was a bomb.
Yeah, sort of. I think that's actually what Larry Hama was doing.
Yeah. If he's a diffuser as well, does he also have a hurt locker?
No, that's a different character. I don't think either of us put him on the list. Called Tripwire.
That's a different character. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Outback was also a Wreckship 85 character. I know he's like a survivalist, but I think that's about all I know about him.
Yeah, he's like a outdoors survivalist, wilderness kind of guy. And what's funny is this Tiger Force, you can see in his shirt, it says survival. It's the acronym. Well, it's funny it says survival, but it is an acronym from the old handbook the Army gives out to its troops. It stands for something I can't remember.
It's on the file card. I saw it last night, and I thought it was kind of funny that there was an acronym for it.
I think that would be a brilliant idea for a Joe line. Is everybody? It's a new costume, but it's just their gimmick imprinted on their T-shirt. Survival.
If you want a new costume,
survival, fire, bombs, just whatever it is, just put it on their T-shirt.
Yeah, pilot. Yeah.
If you want a new costume, the Tiger Force version of Outback is vastly different from the normal version you see here. Because the Tiger Force version, instead of having the word survival, it just has a giant tiger face on an orange T-shirt. And instead of the nice ginger orange hair, it's just bleak white now. For some reason. Don't know why, but that's what they did.
Punished Outback.
Old man Outback, basically.
Next, we have one of Recship 85's picks for CoverGirl. CoverGirl is known as the girl that's not Lady J and also not Scarlet. And she is a fashion model who became a soldier. I think she's in the first movie. Yeah, so CoverGirl.
Yeah, the first movie's killed by the
I think that was Junkyard.
Yeah. Yeah, so CoverGirl, like I said, not really one of my favorite characters. But Recship 85 picked CoverGirl, so we'll get more into her when we get to debate. Ace was my pick. He is your pilot, the main pilot of the Joe team. So
someone's at my door.
It's okay. So Ace is, Cobra has Wild Weasel, which sadly did not make our list. He almost made my list for their pilot, but Ace is the main Joe pilot. So I was kind of trying to pick, main characters for each. We gotta have our pilot, we gotta have our doctor, that sort of thing.
I thought the cowboy was the pilot.
He's the helicopter pilot.
Oh,
well,
gotcha.
one of them.
Yeah. Next we have Quinn the Eskimo. He was only in the comic books as far as I know. He is awesome. He was never in the cartoon. He was like, he gave Snake Eyes a run for his money. He's like a tracker, survivalist. He's not even really a G.I. Joe. He's kind of like a mercenary type character.
Yeah, I think he was pretty early on in the comic because Cobra hires him out to basically take out the Joe team in the Arctic.
So his title is Eskimo?
Well, I mean, that's what he is. He's not part of the Joes.
Oh, okay.
His storyline involves Dr. Venom, which we'll talk about when we get down to the other pick. Our last G.I. Joe pick is Billy. His name is sometimes Kessler, sometimes Arbok, which is Cobra backwards. He is the son of Cobra Commander. Earlier, I mentioned that Cobra Commander, before he became Cobra Commander, was in a car wreck where he thought his whole family died. But Billy had survived. He lost an eye and a leg in the crash and had basically amnesia for a long time. And this led to Cobra Commander retiring once he found out that Billy was alive because he wanted to be a father to him. That's when that's when the coup happened and Cobra Commander was shot and left for dead, and there was the imposter Cobra Commander, a whole thing. Billy eventually becomes a G.I. Joe, starts being trained to be a ninja. I think he eventually gets killed off, but he is always a character I really like. I like that it fleshes out the Cobra Commander story, and it's fun having the son of the villain be on the other side. It's a fun character.
Yeah.
Next,
with his name being Arbok, which is Cobra backwards, that's like major Castlevania Alucard vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Like imagine if my name was Tam, just your dad's name backwards. That's your name.
Yeah, like in Trolls 2, Nilbog, which is Goblin backwards. And, fun times. I'm amazed that Tomax and Zaymot did not make the final list. To me, they are essential G.I. Joe characters. I picked these. Even though I was kind of bashing them last week, they train the Crimson Guard. They train a lot of the soldiers for Cobra. They also do a lot of the they're also kind of like evil accountants. They do a lot of the shady when it comes to hiding the cooking the books for Cobra. Those are the two that are doing it.
Even they have their limits though, because even the post filler episode, they literally told Cobra Commander, "We're not funding you anymore until you pay your debts."
Yeah, they do a lot of the shell companies and stuff. Also on the cartoon, if you hit one, the other would feel the pain. So they would feel each other's emotions and stuff.
And apparently that's a plus Like that's an advantage for them for some reason.
Finish each other's sandwiches.
Finish each other's sandwiches.
Yes. Let's see. Big Boa, he is a kind of the Cobra boxer. he trains a lot of the soldiers in fighting. This was one of Wreckship 85's picks. To me, Big Boa and Crocmaster kind of go together. So Wreckship went with Big Boa. I went with Crocmaster. So
he kind of looks like Weapon X Wolverine, like with the headgear.
he reminds me of Beyond Thunderdome.
Oh yeah,
I can't think of his
Very
name.
Mad Max, sort of.
Yeah. That's what kind of feels like that type of character. Crocmaster trains the crocodiles. I guess that's what he does. I don't know, but he has like a bunch of crocodiles, and
if you think about it, if Dr. Evil had the sharks with frickin' laser beams, then someone had to have trained the sharks, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Darklon was one of Wreckship 85's picks, and I just think of him as Cobra or as a Destro's lame cousin. But he's part of the Destro clan.
Kind of like Zurg.
A little bit.
Next, we have on the chopping block list Saw Viper. Why is Saw Viper on this list? I think he's killed more G.I. Joes than anybody else in the comic books.
In our chat, you guys mentioned him more than any other character. I thought this was a shoe-in.
Oh, it's just me mentioning him. I love him. No one else was mentioning him. So there's a comic book where this was like during the Gulf War. These comic books were coming out, and they were like, they finally told the writer, okay, fine, you can kill off some of the older characters. And there's a miscommunication where Tomax and Zaymont have captured some Joes and threw them into a pit that they dug in the ground. And they're like, what do we do with a Cobra Commander? And he's like, just get rid of them. And what Cobra Commander meant was, I don't need this headache. Get rid of them to set them free. But they took it as, okay, take them out. So Saw Viper just went to the pit and just unloaded on them, shot several Joes and killed them. It's one of the first comic books I ever read of G.I. Joe, and it was like, oh, we're killing characters. So quite the shock.
I'm gonna have to get you to read some Suicide Squad, probably.
Yeah, we'll get to Suicide Squad. Pythona is from the G.I. Joe animated movie. I kind of think of her as like a fortune teller / mad scientist type of character.
I'm going fortune teller is probably more Crystal Ball. We'll get to him, but Pythona is more or less kind of like
a witch,
I guess, an assassin witch for Cobra Law, Globulus.
Yeah, the Cobra Law or G.I. Joe animated movie introduced 3 characters: Globulus, who was the half snake guy, Nebulous Enforcer, who was the bat guy, and then Pythona. So this was Wreckship 85's pick. Next, we have Road Pig, who I picked. He is a dreadnought, carries around a it's like a cinder block hammer type thing.
Cinder block sledgehammer, single use.
Yeah, he does a lot more in the comics than he ever did in the cartoon. He's in love with Serana, and he kind of has like a split personality, if I recall. Yeah. Like he's real dignified.
Donald,
yeah, so yeah, I think he's an interesting character.
He's almost bipolar, I think, to a degree with that too.
Yeah. Scalpel, I don't know anything about Scalpel. This is a Wreckship 85 character, so
yeah. Scalpel, as far as I know, Scalpel only showed up in the toys. He may have shown up in the early IDW, early 2000s run the comics, but Scalpel is literally just like the Cobra medic, and I just think that's funny.
Yeah.
Because, like, if we could get a bigger picture of him, you'd see he has all these like buzzsaws and blades and stuff all over him, and like I just picture him chopping up people like Civil War style and telling them to get back at the battlefield.
Yeah.
Medi Vipers.
Yeah. Next we have Copperhead. He is he drives the hovercraft type ship.
Moccasin. Yeah.
The Moccasin, yes. And anything you want to add about Copperhead?
Well, he used to be like a real big like gambler, like in the Pacific, like Asia area, and he's got a bunch of debt he has to pay off. That's literally why he joined Cobra, to pay off his debts.
There you go. Scrap Iron. I think this was Wreckship A5's pick. What can you tell us about Scrap Iron?
Scrap Iron is sort of like a munitions scientist, tester, experimentation kind of thing, I guess. He loves. He's
kind of explosives, right?
Like, yeah, he's more explosives, and like he likes to tinker with weapons and making them go bigger, boom, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
He's
kind
got
of
a
mad
giant,
bomber.
Yeah, he's got a giant face scar from when something didn't go right, and so he likes to be very precise because of that now.
Yeah. Monkey Wrench is also a dreadnought. To me, he's after the main three that are on our list. He's kind of like number 4, and I don't think he's as cool as the other 3. That's why I didn't have him on my list. But Wreckship A5 did have him on his list. He's kind of the mechanic character, like a clutch type of Cobra character, right?
He's kind of like mechanic and also explosives.
Yeah.
Like dynamite. He chucks at people.
Next, we have Crystal Ball. This character was famously designed by Stephen King. He looks like Vincent Price. He's kind of a fortune teller type Cobra character.
Yeah. There's a newer version of him that's like really like cultish to a point.
Yeah. This was also Wreckship A5. The rest of these are all Wreckship A5 picks, by the way. So, Dr. Venom was mainly in the comics. He was kind of a mad scientist, computer specialist.
He was the precursor to Dr. Mindbender.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, before they invented Dr. Mindbender, he was their mad scientist. Zanya, from what I remember, is the daughter of Zartan and a dreadnought. Yes. Okay.
Just picture her as like a millennial dreadnought, basically.
Yeah. So, of this list, Caleb, is there anybody that immediately stands out to you that you're like, you know what, that character needs to go in?
I have a couple of those actually.
Okay.
So for me, first thing is Breaker, just because he was actually in the first movie. I remember Breaker. He's got this whole thing with bubblegum.
Yes.
So like just the fact that this is a character that I know, and like if he's one of the original G.I. Joe, then I feel like that kind of already guarantees him in there.
Okay.
So
let's just kind of go around the room.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, is there anybody that you want to fight really hard for? And I'll go ahead and move Breaker over to the. I think that I'm okay with putting him over here. If I could paste him correctly.
Are they doing just G.I. Joes right now?
Anybody on this page?
I have probably like maybe 5 or 6 that based off of your all's just brief descriptions. I have like 3 of them that I think are cool. How many spots do we have open?
We had 13 spots. I think there's 12 spots left.
Okay.
I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 12 left.
I think we need to fight for.
There are. I think some of my picks are your picks, Jonathan.
Probably. This is a hard one. Let's do Crystal Ball. Honestly, I think Crystal Ball.
Me personally, I've never been a huge Crystal Ball fan. Like I haven't seen him in enough media. He does
Yeah.
appear during the Chuckles story and in the Cobra story. And in that, he's kind of like the guy that they use to like brainwash people. What are your thoughts on Crystal Ball, Caleb?
So I'm not gonna say no to Crystal Ball. He's not one of those that I'm immediately gonna say yeah. Like I said, I have maybe like 5 or 6 that I'll immediately say yes to.
Okay.
But
So we'll put him as a maybe. We're not
yeah,
kicking him out just yet.
he's a maybe purely because I am the resident Stephen King fan in the chat right now.
Okay.
So that would be the reason that I say yes to him, is more like out of respect for my favorite author.
So my pick is going to be Tomax and Zaymot, as I've already said. I was surprised they weren't even on the main list.
So I'll let you know those are immediate yeses for me, just because I think they're really stupid and funny.
Yeah, they're kind of the cheesy, G.I. Joe, the fun G.I. Joe type characters. I'll put them down here. So that actually eliminates one of our spaces because they take up 2 spaces. All right.
If they eliminate 2 spaces, does that mean that like dogs and animals
no,
take up?
we talked about the pets do not take up spaces.
Okay, gotcha.
Tomax and Zaymot are 2 different people, so that's why they take up 2 spots. So, all right, back to Caleb. Caleb, how this list speaks to you?
Okay, so you're telling me that CoverGirl's gimmick is just that she's hot, right?
She's a supermodel.
Put her in. Boom. Go ahead. Right now. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
So lame.
I am a single 28-year-old man. I am the demographic.
It's not just that she's hot. Like, she does have like she has like I would think minimal like disguise, abilities to it.
One of my favorite underrated Batman villains is Mannequin, also known as Calendar Girl in some things, where like she's a supermodel, but like she uses like her like makeups and disguises. It's a cool gimmick.
Wreckship, who are you picking?
Okay.
And
Let's
again,
go.
Caleb gets the final vote, so we could try to persuade him. But who would you try to persuade him on?
Well, you got to get Spirit in there.
I agree 100%. Spirit is like, to me,
not having Spirit with his bald eagle named Freedom in there is kind of.
So, well, no. Now here's the interesting thing. So you guys agree on Spirit, then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then my vote doesn't matter because my vote is no.
Well, Spirit's going in.
No. That's what I'm saying. Is my vote is no, but if you guys agree, then there it is right there. And let me explain why I vote Spirit no. Because from what I can tell, he kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, he's kind of the replacement Snake Eyes character for like the majority of the cartoon, right?
Yeah, but he does other things in the comics and stuff. I just think he's a cool character. He's just
yeah. Well, I mean, like, just for me, based on the fact that they replace Snake Eyes with Spirit for the Storm Shadow, that just kind of pisses me off. So that's why that's a no for me. But if you guys agree on Spirit, then I mean that's democracy.
I just think that the cartoon didn't know what to do with Snake Eyes because he hadn't been really established yet. You have a character who can't talk in a cartoon, so they're like, what do we do with this? So, all right. So that was Jonathan's pick. Do I get another pick since I picked 2 characters, or y'all want to skip me?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's
okay. We'll go ahead and skip me, and I'll come back around later. Caleb, who are you thinking is a lock?
So this is purely just based on looks and his name. There is one of my favorite band is Foo Fighters. And they have a song called Monkey Wrench, and Monkey Wrench looks he looks dead up like Dave Grohl in that picture. Exactly
Okay.
like he looks exactly like Dave Grohl, and his name is Monkey Wrench. Put the Foo Fighter in there.
All right. I don't hate Monkey Wrench. I just think he's lame compared to the others. Let me kind of move these around a little. I'll try to keep all the dreadnoughts together. Whatever, we'll fix it. Okay. All right. Back to wreck ship. Who you want? Whoa, I messed it up.
I'm gonna say we need Outback.
Outback, really? Okay. I've never been a fan of Outback. I guess I've never really read many stories or seen much with him in it.
Okay,
So it's just one of those characters I just don't know about.
So yeah, go ahead, go in more in depth. Outback is because from what you told me, I got a Bear Grylls vibe from him. If you've got anything more to argue, go ahead.
And that's basically what he is, just Bear Grylls.
Okay. Um, this will. I like his vibe. I do like the T-shirt. The T-shirt that says "Survival" is really
Would
funny.
it sway you further if I specified it's Tiger Force Outback with his kitty cat T-shirt and white hair?
Let me find a picture of Tiger Force Outback.
I don't know. Like the white T-shirt that says "Survival" is already like that's his selling point for me right now.
Let me pull up this picture because I think this picture is ridiculous. But so
what is okay? So that's what you mean by it's a cat.
Yep.
So the eyes are boobies.
It's the Soulja Boys logo on this.
Oh my god. Oh man. Okay, so based on this one, we'll put an asterisk on him as a maybe. We'll put him with Crystal Ball. He was in the know before, but now he's definitely a maybe.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I think I want to try to say rock and roll. I think rock and roll is a fun classic character. He just pops up a lot.
So what is his gimmick again?
He is a surfer dude, one of the original 13, and he always comes in with the heavy machine guns. Heavy machine guns are kind of his deal.
Yeah.
Bring up the coolest picture of him.
Coolest picture of rock and roll.
Like if you were to sell me on him in a picture.
Let me see.
I mean, the classified version of him is pretty sick.
Yeah, let me see if I can find like a comic book picture of him. Hold on. This may not be the best picture of him, but I just like the the image. Oh, it's being stupid. Hold on a second. Open image, a new tab. There we go. And then display it over here. But this is not the best picture, but I think it kind of describes the character.
It gives the vibe.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Like I would have imagined him having like swim trunks and like a rocket surfboard.
No, he didn't know. I mean, that's just his background. He doesn't. He's always in green fatigues, and he's a soldier, but he's kind of that attitude, though.
So his background is unique, but like he's still just kind of army green man.
Yeah, but he's always got the big long beard and the just crazy machine guns and good attitude type of guy.
I'm gonna go with no, but if Jonathan wants to say yes, then we can put him in. Like I said, this is democracy. If it's 2-1, then I'll say no. But if it's you guys, then that's the decision.
All right. All right. So
Just
he's not in yet. So
He's also a maybe for me.
okay. So let's go back to the list. We're back to Caleb.
all right. Okay, so I need a little bit more information about this character, but this is purely going off of his looks. He looks really cool, and I think his parody PSA is really funny. Give me some barbecue lore.
I mean, I don't know if I have any barbecue lore other than he looks cool.
There's so much
He's
lore
just-
about him. He's a firefighter.
He just
He's
let's
got a
see.
Boston accent.
He's got a Boston accent, so
He's from Boston. Yeah.
he's always talking about donkeys. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what? I played Pyro in Team Fortress 2 a lot. He kind of got a Pyro vibe. I do like his look, and one of my favorite things, I don't know if you've ever noticed that, is in the PSA, and I think in like the actual PSA, not just the parody PSA, he kind of sounds like Norm Macdonald and kind of looks like Norm Macdonald. So we're gonna go with barbecue. I like barbecue.
Okay. So
Yeah.
barbecue is going on the list. All right. Let's see.
I have
Now
a
we're
question. Am I making basic picks or am I going wacky?
No, I don't think we have anybody that's. I'm like, whoa, what are they doing on the list? So far, these are all pretty core characters.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten crazy yet. I think Slice and Dice is still our craziest pick for the.
Yeah, that was weird. That was funny. We both picked Slice and Dice.
Yeah. Rector Bay 5, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Road Pig.
Interesting. Okay.
What was his thing again?
He's a dreadnought, one of the bikers. He has a big cinder block sledgehammer. He has kind of like a split personality where sometimes he's real dignified and then sometimes he's extremely violent. And he's in love with Zorana, who is Zartan's pink-haired sister.
Is it like a one-sided love, or is it
I
like?
think so. I don't
Kind
think.
of.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
think
she really returns
she plays along a little bit, but
to get him to do what she wants, but she's not really
Yeah.
in love with him.
So I just looked up a picture of this cinder block hammer, and I am sold.
Yeah, he's pretty fun.
the more modern classified version of him is even cooler. Look at a picture of that one. He comes
Where-
with another giant like warthog tusked pig hammer he can swing.
I think that's the one I'm looking at, actually.
And he also comes with like a Mad Max warthog alternate head mask thing.
Yeah, no, yeah, that is the one that I'm looking at. Yeah, definitely Mad Max feel.
Okay. All right, my turn.
Wait, so how many do we have left?
Not many. Let's see. We have one, and that doesn't mean we only get one GI Joe. We can put more GI Joes. That's just how I have it. I think we have 4 left. So I'll pick one.
This is 46, then 48, 49. So would that be 5 because we're missing a 47?
Oh yeah. You're right. I've got this all jacked up. 47, and then whatever. Google Sheets is so hard to use. Okay. All right, my pick. I'm gonna go with Ace.
Ace.
Fighter pilot. He's our main Top Gun type pilot. Flies around the jets. Has an amazing comic book where him and Wild Weasel have this huge fight where they keep shooting up at each other's planes. At the end, they just fly by and salute each other because they both ran out of ammunition.
See, my problem is that neither of us put Wild Weasel on this list, so Ace is kind of like an outlier because of that.
We can always add Wild Weasel to the discussion, but
so I'm looking at some figures of Ace right now.
Yeah, that's
I,
a horrible picture of him right there.
well, I don't know. That might actually be better than what I'm looking at, because what I'm looking at, he's got like one of those like cones that you put on a dog so they don't lick their butt.
Type in Ace cartoon character, not the figure.
Figures aren't great.
Okay. I don't know. He's kind of basic. Like I would go with our maybes over
Okay.
Ace.
Okay. So Ace is on the maybe. He is a very plain Jane character.
I think the only funny thing is he's so plain that he flies one.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb, who's your pick?
Okay. So if we've got 5 left. Looking at all these, let's go ahead with Crystal Ball. Let's show some Stephen King love.
Okay. Crystal Ball has made the jump.
Can't wait for random G.I. Joe fans to see this later on and be very mad at the things.
Okay.
There will be few that will comment probably.
Yeah, some people will be like, "What?"
This over this guy.
Yeah, and that's the whole fun of this debate is who we picked and why we're wrong, and let us know. All
And
right,
here's the thing: I'm not a GI Joe fan. I know I'm wrong. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Believe you me when I tell you that I am in multiple current GI Joe toy line fan groups, and half of the posts are, "Why isn't X figure made?" But X figure is.
Yeah. Everybody has their, every character has fans of them, even if it's, like I think Shockwave's a dumb character, but I'm sure he has fans, So
Yeah.
The Transformer?
now there's
a SWAT team, a SWAT guy.
He's like a SWAT. Was he like drug enforcement agent?
He probably
Something.
was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if you think about it, owning Transformers and GI Joe is kind of like a cash grab, because you can just alternate names and gimmicks.
Yep.
There was a pilot called Ghost Rider.
Yeah, there's
G.I. Joe.
a Ghost Rider pilot. Whose turn was it? Wreck Ship 85's turn. All right, who are you picking?
Let's go with Crocmaster.
Okay.
Crocmaster. Okay. Now I have a question. You said that Big Boss and Crocmaster, not Big Boss. What's his name?
Big Boa.
Big Boa. Okay, Big Boss is from Metal Gear Solid. So you said that these two kind of go together. So if we go with Crocmaster, do we also go with Big Boa?
No.
I just think they're similar characters. They don't necessarily go together.
Oh,
gotcha.
gotcha.
The same year, I think, too.
Yeah, they came out at the same time, and they were just kind of like, oh, one's crocodile guy.
They're both just like
guy.
they're both just masked people with rebreathers in their helmet.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But Crocmaster is just fun to me because he looks like he's an S&M guy.
Any thoughts, Caleb? Because technically this is my character, so if Wreck Ship's picking him, then he's kind of in. But
you know what? I'm with it too. He kind of looks like Bane from the Batman and Robin movie. Bomb. He looks like that Bane, so I'm on board with that.
Yeah, he's fun in the Cobra series of Chuckles because he's kind of like they're trying to escape their sewers, and he just lives down there with all these crocodiles, and he's just like he has no social skills because he just lives with crocodiles all the time. It's fun. All right, my pick. I think we give Billy a try. What do y'all think about Billy? Cobra Commander's ninja son who has one eye, one leg.
So we are 3 spots, right?
We have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these are the final 3.
All right. So you were describing Billy just now, and it did not sound appealing. You said one eye and one leg. So what's the?
Well, he's got an artificial leg. he can walk around. He's
does his knee have like a machine gun in it?
No, nothing like that. But I just think he's a fun, character rebelling against his father, rebelling against the ideas of Cobra.
You know what? I'll put him on the maybe as well, because I do like the I do like the well, actually, who were the maybes again? I think it was it just Outback and Billy?
At this point.
At this
point, I think so. I don't think rock. I think rock and roll. You kind of
rock and roll and Ace were Nick's. So, I am a big fan of the rebellious. My father is the bad guy. Yeah, you will go with Billy. I like the trope.
Okay. Billy. I just wish he had a cooler code name. If he had a cooler code name, I think he'd be an easier sell.
I think Arbok's cool, but it's also a Pokemon.
Yeah. All right, so we have 2 left. I kind of got my character just now, so I'm going to kind of stay out of what's left. I mean, I would love. I mean, if you're just asking me, Chuckles. Even though I like Saul Viper, he was only in like 4 issues. I can't really go out of my way for Saul Viper.
Okay, gotcha. Because I was looking at him because you made him seem like he was a major character who killed a lot of people, but I guess he killed a lot of people in 1 issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Snake Eyes takes him out a couple issues later, and that's kind of it. So.
What was so for me, it won't necessarily be me picking them. I just have a couple because we only have 2 slots left.
Mm-hmm.
This one will most likely be my last pick. So I'll have a couple questions. Go over Dr. Venom again. What was his thing?
He was one of the original comic book villains. He was kind of their mad scientist before they developed the Dr. Mindbender character. And he's killed off
like a traditional mad scientist.
Him and Quinn are killed off pretty early on in the series.
Dr. Venom does create the brainwave scanner, though.
Yeah, the brainwave scanner is cool. That's their brainwashing machine that the Cobra uses.
All right, and Darklon. What was that?
Destro's cousin.
Destro's cousin. He is the ruler of Darklonia.
Yeah, he's kind of like a Doctor Doom wannabe.
Yeah, like a great value Doctor Doom.
Gotcha. Cool. We'll go with Darklon. You said Doctor Doom, and that sold me.
He's like a lame Doctor Doom.
No.
Like
show him
wannabe.
Show Caleb the full outfit of Darklon too. Let's see if that actually sways him or not. Because his full attire is wild.
As soon as you said Darklonia, I immediately thought Latveria, and I'm like, so is this guy Doctor Doom? And then you said it.
Do you want like the classified figure or?
Sure, because that's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
I need Caleb to see the full attire of Darklon before he confirms it, because it might swing the other way. Just be honest, or it might just even confirm his pick more.
All right. I'll just pull up his Amazon page. Hold on.
Yes. Click on the image. There you go. Look at that, Caleb.
So he's got a sword?
Yes, he's got a halberd. He comes with like a halberd ancestral sword.
So lame.
That's so cool.
And the gun is I don't know what it is, but it's a freaking awesome gun.
No, okay. You know what that gun looks like? It kind of looks like Boba Fett's EE3. No, this character's cool. What are you talking about?
Lame.
Well, he's on.
Lame.
Well, guess what? He is now the only 50. He's one of the only 50 GI Joe characters that that the world remembers.
Lame.
Okay, so if I can make a request, okay, so Darklon is my last pick. We have one slot left, so you both of you like Jonathan is up next. But here's what I would like to do: both of you pick one character that you think needs to go, and we'll have them battle.
Okay.
My original choice was Rock and Roll. It's either Rock and Roll or Chuckles. So since y'all have already nixed Rock and Roll, I'd guess Chuckles.
Okay, Chuckles, and I'll go ahead and bring up the because it's still on Darklon.
Oh, I didn't switch it back. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at the other screen. Lifeboat. Here we go.
All right, so we have Chuckles versus Jonathan. Who do you got?
Let's do Copperhead. That way, because otherwise it kind of seems a little unfair to Chuckles.
Okay. So
Chuckles. Do you
we
want me to spoil the comic books?
Yes.
Chuckles shot Cobra Commander in the head and killed him.
Cool.
Took out a whole Cobra base, killing one of the twins and himself, and blew up everything. Now for what they did to him in that Cobra miniseries.
And Jinx and all that. That was the same comic book.
Yes, where they killed Jinx in front of him, and so he took out everybody.
So is this like a self-contained miniseries, or?
It was told in 3 or 4 miniseries, and then after that, they did a big storyline about who the next Cobra Commander would be. This was not Marvel continuity. This was IDW, one of the IDW runs.
Okay. So for G.I. Joe, is G.I. Joe more well known for the Marvel run?
That is, there was a time when the Marvel run was like one of the best-selling Marvel comics at the time. I mean, the Marvel run is still going. Like they are still doing it under Skybound. Same writer still writing stories for it.
Okay.
Yeah, the continuity at least. Yeah.
And then you said Copperhead. Well, go through Copperhead with me.
So, premise of Copperhead's character is he racked up a bunch of gambling debts over in like the East Indies kind of area, and he was getting pressure to pay back those debts, so to speak, in either financially or with his own blood, so to speak. So he joined Cobra in order to kind of protect himself from the would-be collectors of the debts. So he's pretty ruthless himself. He comes with like a machete and a nice.
Yeah, I'm about to pull up a picture of his vehicle. He's more known for the vehicle he rides in.
Yeah, he's a vehicle driver for sure.
He was a pack-in figure with the vehicle.
It's like a swamp kind of vehicle. So he's
the Johnny Quest.
Like an airboat, armored airboat.
He's like Dreadnought adjacent, as far as I'm concerned. But some people don't see him that way. It's fine. If he's going with Chuckles, I'll go with Copperhead. That way it's because the rest of them, you put them against Chuckles, and it's not necessarily a fair fight. Maybe Big Boa, but
it doesn't have to. Like, what do you mean fair fight? Like, is there?
Well, I had them like fight it out, as in these two characters are going to fight out for the last spot. Like actually fight.
Oh no, that's not what I meant at all. I just meant like if you've got a character that you want, that like if you don't want Chuckles, bring out like who you think. Because right now, comparing Copperhead to Chuckles, I'm actually leaning more towards Chuckles, because honestly, the Hawaiian shirt it's kind of doing it for me. But if you think there's a character better than Chuckles, then let me know.
Go back. Yeah, basically the rest of them would lay out Chuckles in a heartbeat, straight up murder them.
He killed Cobra Commander.
Yeah,
he's given me Sam Axe vibes from Burn Notice. This guy would be played by oh my god, Bruce Campbell. That's his name.
fair.
Yeah. But yeah, so if there's a character that you had on your list that's like, no, this character needs to be in over Chuckles, let me know, sell me on it.
What's left?
Can you bring up the
Fine, I'll stop showing you pictures of
No,
Chuckles.
Aaron's got the advantage of having the show.
I'm rigging the vote for Chuckles. Hold on.
Stop the steal. Okay.
If I was picking, it would be Chuckles or one of the first three on the list: Clutch, Rock and Roll, or Mutt and Junkyard.
Yeah, I honestly would say Mutt and Junkyard over Chuckles.
Okay.
They frankly have, because Law and Order is not on the list, Mutt and Junkyard have like the strongest bond between the two characters, I'd say, being like, character and pet.
Wait, hold on. There's actually a character named Law and Order?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What?
You didn't
Law
pick
is the guy, Order's the dog. He's like a German Shepherd.
What?
They're not exactly the same as Mutt and Junkyard, so
they're more. It's their KP. Yeah, he's like a
Mutt and Junkyard's
military
like
cop.
K9, and Law and Order's more like I guess like guard post protection kind of checkpoint.
Yeah, checkpoint guy.
So we've
Junkyard.
So we've got DEA agents and doorman.
Yeah, I would say Mutt and Junkyard over Chuckles, just because there's a few episodes, especially like it's a Christmas episode, where Mutt and Junkyard have a moment where Mutt's kind of sad because Christmas is rough on him, and Junkyard and Junkyard have to figure out how to say Christmas. I think is how it goes, more or less. And it's also an episode of a cartoon where Cobra Commander, or not Cobra Commander, I think Dr. Mindbender mind controls Junkyard and other animals, and Mutt has to figure out how to save Junkyard while he's mind controlled and trying to attack him. And he wins him over by the power of master and owner, basically.
So here's Law and Order SVU or GIJ or whatever.
I was gonna make a joke about there being like a military Law and Order, but that was just JAG.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, I mean,
all right.
GIJ has a lawyer character.
Legal Eagle.
Yeah, right.
All right, so here's where it gets interesting. So Jonathan has put forth Mutt and Junkyard. I was kind of leaning towards Chuckles. Now you have said you are cool with either Mutt and Junkyard or Chuckles. So I think now at this point, the decision will come to you.
To me?
Yeah, well, because I was leaning because I was leaning more towards Chuckles, and then Jonathan is like Mutt and Junkyard over Chuckles, and then you said you take either the first three or Chuckles.
If I ignore the amazing Cobra miniseries His only appearance is the G.I. Joe animated movie at that point, and he's lame in that movie. Chuckles.
Exactly.
So if I take out that comic book I read that was awesome, like you can make any character awesome in a story, but Mutt Junkyard is more of an iconic character than Chuckles is.
Then I think we have our answer.
Okay. I think that's a better choice than say a Dark Lawn,
You're the one that said even if a lame Doctor Doom is still cooler than the majority of G.I. Joes. Okay.
Listen, you got Billy on there, Aaron. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I got Billy. I got Billy. I still think Billy's an awesome character, but so I think the only kind of what those on our list are Slice and Dice, maybe Road Pig, Crystal Ball, Dark Lawn, and Billy, maybe Crocmaster. I think the rest are pretty iconic characters. Yeah. So I think
definitely
this is
a
not
lot.
I think this is a pretty good list of characters that we have here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there are plenty that are going to fall by the wayside and be forgotten.
I don't even know who you're talking about. Like the AI didn't. The AI didn't. Who are we even talking about again?
Me and Aaron are the Avengers after the explosion of the base Endgame.
We're the elders that
survived the apocalypse that
remember. We're the storytellers. Like, you forgot Ace. And everybody's like, who's Ace?
Everyone's like,
forgot
hey,
Wild Weasel and Lowlight. Yeah, and Ice Cream Soldier.
Someone
like, all right,
forgot Lifeline. No, we didn't.
Yeah. So here's our list. I'm gonna run through them real quick. Duke, Scarlet, Stalker, Snake Eyes, Hawk, Doc, Gung Ho, Snow Job, Wild Bill, Alpine, Bazooka, Deep Six, Roadblock, Dusty, Flint, Lady J, Quick Kick, Shipwreck and Polly, Beachhead, Leatherneck, Wetsuit, Jinx, Breaker, Cover Girl, Spirit, Barbecue, Mutt, and Junkyard. And then on Cobra, we have Cobra Commander, Destro, Baroness, Firefly, Dr. Mindbender, Serpentor, Slice and Dice, Zartan, Buzzer, Ripper, Torch, Zorana, Monkey Wrench, and Road Pig, Major Blood, Storm Shadow, Tomax and Zaymont, Crystal Ball, Crocmaster, Lame Darklon, and Billy.
Lame Billy. Literally Lame Billy.
Well, I mean, he is lame. He does have one leg. So there's our list. Do you disagree? I'm sure you do. I'm sure there's Sergeant Slaughter fans out there that are ticked at us for not even talking about Sergeant Slaughter.
Isn't he a wrestler?
Yes, he was a wrestler who was brought in to be the spokesperson for G.I. Joe. He got fired from wrestling for taking the G.I. Joe job. Whole thing. Anyhow, I'm sure there's the Lowlight and Recoil fans, and we didn't include any Vipers on the list except for Saul Viper because he had a major story. So if you're like, oh, why did you include,
Because they're generic troopers, we don't.
Yeah, why didn't you include Night Creepers or this or that? We didn't, we generic soldiers we just did not include. So, all right, so that is our list. Next week, we're gonna totally change the subject and talk about one of my favorite Disney characters, Scrooge McDuck. We are talking about the life and times of Scrooge McDuck graphic novel.
Yeah.
This will be part 1. And I'm trying to remember if it's a 10-issue series or 12 issues. We'll be doing the first half regardless. So that'll be a lot of fun. That is an amazing series. So
I'm excited. It's kind of like we've been talking up Astro City for so long, and we finally got to it. Scrooge McDuck is kind of in that same vein because you've been talking that one up for a while.
Yeah, to me, it's one of the essential top 10 graphic novels that people should read. So, and it mentions there's a whole chapter about Louisville in it. So,
hey,
there you go. So, that will be next week, and we hope you enjoyed this. Let us know if you want to do more of these. We could do a Transformers one or Ninja Turtles or all kinds of stuff. So, this is a lot of fun, and I like doing these types of shows. So.
I gotta be honest, I kind of like being the third party and having no idea, because there's a certain amount of power that I feel, but at the same time, I also learn a lot too.
But yes, I'm sure we've inundated you with much more GI Joe lore than you've ever had in your entire life today.
By the way, my if we do turtles, my only pick is Usagi Yojimbo. I don't care if he's not legally a part of the turtles; he is a part of the turtles.
Yeah, I kind of consider him one, but if you say like his friend Jin, I'm like, okay, now
I'll
we're
be
pushing
I
it.
could be your third wheel for that one. I don't know if that's turtle really.
Yeah, and we'd probably do like 25 characters for Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
I can probably name 200 characters, but I feel like when you reduce it, it makes it more fun because then the debates get more heated. So, all right, so that's it for this week. I hope you'll join us next week, Sundays at 4 o'clock. Until then, I've been Final Monkey.
And I'm Caleb.
I'm Ship 85.
And we'll catch you next time in the deep end.
See ya.
And knowing is half the battle.
Boy.